everyone, my name is TurboTony19. How are you doing there today? We've got another episode of Xcom Let's Play. As I revealed in the last episode, this and the last episode had a few audio recording problems, i.e. it just didn't record my voice, which was a little bit crap. But I figured out the issue. I bought another headset. I might eventually just try and invest in a better headset therefore on out. But for this episode, as with the last episode, I'm just basically commentating post-production, shall we say. So I'm basically commenting over what's happened before. But don't worry, I'm not going to, give you any spoilers or anything like that. So, or anyone that might die, who might not die, I'll just leave it pretty much there. I'm probably just going to talk about random stuff, like the last episode. And you can watch the gameplay there and leave WTFs in the comments if any of the bits just don't come to your fancy or anything like that. So yeah, thanks a lot there for watching and keeping up with the series. If you've been with me since the start, or if you're just catching up with this, normally I would be recording live commentary as usual. I think that commentary is actually better in my opinion anyway. But regardless, to be able to work with what we have, I really do want to just go back, and obviously because I'm playing Iron Man, it's in the situation where I can't go back and replay those missions again. I'm not going to try and fake as if I'm trying to record it. I'd much rather be honest and just tell you that there was issues, and this is the way that I'm going around them anyway. But we basically, if you've seen the last episode, we basically got a lot of credits from doing the monthly report, and then we had that really weird request for like 7 light plasma rifles, which I had, because you just pick them off of enemies that you go against. Sometimes instead of the guns exploding, you just get them anyway. I think whether it be you capture them or otherwise. So yeah, we had a lot of money. I thought, well, we might as well use it, try and give our guys the best chance that we can. So I started to do some base building, so trying to get the story further along, so we don't have to basically trying to reduce the amount of missions that we have to have less opportunities for our guys to die, and that becomes a central theme really. I think it's going to become a central theme as thing goes on. But as you can see here, we were pretty much straight into it. We have alien abduction, and we have basically 3 choices. We could have scientists, engineers, or a new recruit, which was a sniper. And I thought that we've got enough really of both scientists and engineers. Especially with scientists, because there's not really much stuff that we can really make, at the moment, just because of the lack of equipment and alloys and stuff that you need to make, that sort of thing. So I thought maybe actually if I get a new sniper, that would be great. And if you are a new subscriber, you want to become part of this, or maybe you're one of my clan who wasn't involved for some reason, leave a comment and I'll change your name to the person who it is if we succeed. We could all die horribly and we may not get him. So yeah, basically one of the things here that was with this particular mission that I was quite happy with is the fact that pretty much everyone's got Titan armor now, and everyone's got at least some sort of plasma weaponry. So in terms of getting our guys the best gear available, I think we've achieved that now. I don't think there's really much more we can give them except for maybe improved pistols or medikits and all that other garbage, which really just kind of comes on the side and everything like that. So I had to bring a few bits of cannon fodder in that might die. This particular mission I wasn't as worried, because obviously a lot of the areas are only on 1 bar, so I thought maybe there won't be as many, especially as there were in the last one. There were only 10 aliens in that last mission, so all in all I thought this was going to be a lot easier to do, because of just the way that the game is supposed to work. So I can't guarantee fully that things go entirely to plan. Things never really go entirely to plan according to this game. So that's one of the things that's made the Let's Play interesting to watch. That I'm always like, yeah, this should be fine, and then yeah, it doesn't turn out being fine. So the main reason why I chose to took the armor off of John there is because I only had 5 bits of Titan armor, and I thought as John was a sniper, he wouldn't be in the front lines anyway, so he wouldn't need it, and he still had carapace armor anyway. So they all had plasma rifles there. I might end up changing some of their armor, because really John he's the only one that actually looks different than the rest, so I might just go through and just give them random different colours or anything, which I should have done from the start, but hindsight's a bitch. So yeah, with this particular mission, I wasn't particularly worried about it. It wasn't an actual map that I had played on a lot, so that was a little bit worrying. But I thought with all my guys ready, and I had like a pretty, I had a lot of the elite characters, shall we say, that were involved in this mission. So I didn't think that really there would be too much of a problem, with that. So. In terms of things to talk about in this episode, I kind of went through all of the ones that I came up with in my head in the last episode, so I apologise. I literally just finished doing the commentary for that. If you don't know already, or if you're a new watcher, I do these episodes in batches, which I think is probably the best way for me to do them. That way I can record them, edit them, and just basically get them out and getting them ready for the next batch. Recently, things have been getting tough. I was ill for a while, so I wasn't able to do any recording over that period. You would not want to have heard me. I thought I was like on the brink of death's door, so I wouldn't have been able to do any sort of commentating. So that was about a week actually of me being ill, so there wasn't much there. And obviously, straight after I get back, and I'm really excited to do all of it, then all my guys get killed in a mission, so that kind of screwed up. And then I had to kind of rethink what I was going to do there, so and everything like that. And then obviously the new thing, it just seems like everything just seems to be coming up now with problems with the Let's Play, but I will persevere, and with any luck there won't be any further problems there or anything like that. Also, like I said, with the whole Barry thing, I'm stopping that for a little while just so I can get these episodes out, because between you and me, the whole sort of editing for Barry's segment was taking a long time. It was only like a minute long, but doing all of that took a long time. It took a lot longer than editing the actual mission. So for any of you that maybe don't know anything about video editing, like, I'm not going to sit here and just say, yeah, I know all this stuff about video editing. I don't. I'm actually still relatively new. It's just now I know how to use my software a little bit better than I did a year ago when I started this. But people that have no idea in regards to video editing, yeah, that 1 minute took a long time to edit, as you can see there. So you may be able just to see that, but look back on them or anything like that. If you do miss Barry, send a comment. I'm sure it'll feed his ego up to no end, and he'll enjoy it and everything like that. And I'll persevere to edit more Barry episodes for you there before he assimilates me or maybe eats my bones and my skin. But for these episodes, to try to get back on track, that's the way that I'll leave it there at the moment. But like I said, I'm always open to feedback. In fact, some of the best feedback I got was towards the start of me doing my videos. A lot of people, I got a lot of really good constructive criticism, which was great, because I know a lot of these YouTubers that you get back, and I've watched actually a few videos of these people addressing some of the feedback that they got, and they didn't like the fact that they got any sort of criticism back. If people goes up on my videos and they say this is a shit video, then I'm not going to get anything from that. I don't know why it's bad. I don't know how I'm going to improve it. There's nothing there. You're just saying it's bad. If you say it's bad because the sound's bad, or you're bad because the gameplay's bad, or bad because the commentary's bad, then I can make strides to improve that. And I got a few of those messages at the start, and they really, really helped. So if there's anything that you think that maybe you want to see, or maybe you think that things that need to be improved, by all means, send me a message, leave a comment. You're definitely not going to get any hate from myself, so that would be more than fine with me. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that you might watch, and as I said, they may be like that, where they just don't like getting any sort of criticism at all. And some people are like that because they work hard on these videos. They're trying to get noticed. They're trying to be the next big YouTuber sensation out there, even though I think if you come in with that idea that you want to be huge, and you come in not willing to do the editing and the work, there's a lot of people that come in straight away really great at editing, and they get a really good fan base, or they do really good sort of like shows or anything like that, or they do great reviews or anything like that. They get big early. But if you come in without the love of it, and you're doing videos of the style that I do, and the style of the early YouTubers, gaming YouTubers would do, then it's an oversaturated market now. There's a lot of people out there that do these videos, that will do the same videos as you or me or whatever. So you have to live with that. If you don't like the videos that you're making, then you're going to lose interest really quickly. And that's one thing that I learned extremely quickly. You'd be naive to think that going into making these videos that you're going to get, you know, a couple of thousand views after, you know, your first 50 videos or something like that. I'm still on about generating about maybe 20 or 30 views per video, which isn't, you know, obviously isn't amazing, but because I like doing the videos, I look back on myself, that doesn't matter. And because of that, you know, it gives it a sort of a healthy sort of outlook on you know, the channel as a whole, that I'm not depressed because my videos don't do great. You know, that's not how it is. I think if that was the case, I think it would just do my head in. I think I really would. I find it more depressing than what I came into it for, which was something that I could, you know, use creatively, and that I could come up with ideas and hopefully entertain a few people along the way as well. For anyone that knows me knows that, you know, I'm obviously a creative person. I like doing stuff like this, and I find as well that if I'm not doing something creative, my mind sort of slips a little bit, and I don't know whether it's me thinking that I'm getting senile. I'm only 25, you know, so like but even still, I mean, 25 would still be older than the majority of YouTubers out there. I think I'm more not mature in the sense that I don't go out and just randomly, like, you know, just do shit, you know, but I'm older, and I've gone through stuff that the average younger YouTuber wouldn't do, or maybe I've experienced a generation of games that they haven't. You've got to remember, my first generation of games was the Commodore 64, and, you know, the Atari, you know, I remember my first game, I think it was like Flicky's Island, and it was like one of these, I don't know if that was the name of it for sure, but it was one of these ones that, like, it was literally just a 2D jumping game, you know, and it was very, very retro. The other one that I remember was, I think it was like Dizzy's World, one where you're an egg. If anyone can remember that, like, you're an egg and you jump around. And I remember I used to love that game because, like, you know, as a kid, you know, I didn't really know how to complete it. I basically just played the first, like, hour of it over and over and over again, you know, and these games didn't have save files or anything like that, you know, because that was the generation of games that were back then. And because I remember that, I could see a sort of a rise throughout throughout gaming as a whole, or anything like that. And I still have very fond memories of those games, you know, of those games that I used to play, of you know, the games like, you know, some people may have grown up as PS1 being their main thing, but mine wasn't. I had the you know, the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive. If people go back and remember the Mega Drive, those were the games that I grew up with. And then obviously as the PS1 came in, I was going, you know, I was older by that point, you know, and the PS2 and everything like this, I was entering my teens, and obviously as the current generation, we're actually entering a new generation of games very soon. It's quite interesting to see what will happen there. But all this talk of me going through all these generations makes me feel really old. And like I said, I'm only 25, so I don't know how to take that. Let's go on to a completely new thing. Let's talk about something completely different, because otherwise I'm going to end up being really depressed here. You know, a married person with you know, soon to be 2 children. So, like, you know, I don't want to feel too old. I've still got a little bit of youth left in me, even though, you know, one of my best parts of my days is going to sleep. I think that's, as you get older, like, that just becomes a great thing, that your bed becomes one of your best friends. But completely talking about nothing to do with XCOM here. This is what happens. I apologise when I don't do live commentary. I very rarely talk about the game or what's going on, you know. So one of the things actually that I was talking to one of my friends about, in regards to looking back at moments that make me laugh in regards to this game, especially with XCOM, when doing the live commentaries, is when one of my guys dies without any sort of, like, you know, it was a critical hit, like I wasn't expecting. Those are really funny. I look back on them now, because, like, it's so funny because I don't actually speak, but you can tell that I'm just basically there with my mouth open going, what the hell just happened there? So yeah, that's the sort of thing that makes me laugh. I might eventually maybe make a compilation of all those moments, because there's been a few throughout this series of moments that I've just been, oh dear, you know. But That's XCOM, and I must have said that line over and over again. That's XCOM over and over and over again, but it is. And people that maybe haven't played this game, you know, it's sort of difficulty and harshness that you end up loving, you know. And anyone that I had that has played this game really loves the fact that when you fail for the first time you're doing it, and you do fail for the first time of playing this game, you really don't mind going back and playing it again. And for a game to have that, to capture that sort of like that sort of feeling that is very rare to see in a game nowadays, because you know they want to go on quick thrills, or you know, linear storylines, or massive set pieces, which I'm not a big fan of. You know, I was a big fan of Call of Duty for a while, but then obviously recently they just tend to keep releasing the same thing over and over again, and you know, I think that when it comes to Call of Duty, I'm sort of done with that now. If I go for a first-person shooter game, I'll wait for the new Homefront game. I was a big fan of Homefront. But with games like this, I'm much more interested in, because they're deeper. They're better made, in my opinion. They don't need elaborate set pieces to sell a story or to give you an experience. The gameplay does that for you. And you're about to watch something here actually in the gameplay that is absolute bullshit. So you've got the enemy has a turn. I know there's something out there, but obviously I can't see anything out there. But I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's fine, you know, everything's going to be okay. You know, I'll send all my guys in. There's probably only one left anyway. I've killed quite a few enemies. I did have one person die, but he was a rookie, so I don't really mind. So let's send my guys in, and just to see what's going on, get them into cover. Awesome. You know, take out the guy, and then that happens. Yeah. Can you imagine that? 5 enemies, all mutons, and they all come in one turn. How much BS is that? Yeah, as you can tell here, the next part of the gameplay is literally me trying to salvage all this crap that happened, and trying to get my guy back out, because that was absolutely ridiculous. Like, literally, like, that was the worst that could have happened to me there, but regardless. It's XCOM. Oh dear, but it's actually talking about. I'm just, like I said, I'm just picking out random things to talk about here. But it's the weekend at the moment, so the Saturday that I'm doing this recording. And like, as I said before, I do live in Ireland. And I think that we've been getting our summer. We had it last weekend, and we're getting a little bit of it this weekend. I think that would pretty much be our spring and our summer gone. It will go back to raining and everything. Like, anyone that lives in Ireland knows exactly what I'm talking about. It makes me wonder, you know, how, you know, I haven't travelled the world actually much in regards to this, and you know, obviously when XCOM you go to all these other places, always filled with aliens, of course, and like you go to place like Nigeria, and I imagine it looks nothing like Nigeria, but anyway, but I haven't travelled that much. I think anyone that knows me, you know, I met my wife, and then I went to Ireland to you know, to see her, and obviously I moved over here to continue the relationship. But Ireland was the only place that I'd been, and anyone that obviously can tell from my accent that I'm English. So, like, I haven't actually been anywhere overseas apart from that, even though the Ireland was like a really big thing for me. So, yeah. Talking about jet setting, that definitely isn't me, or anything that's kind of been going through my family or anything like that. So that's something that I'd like to do more eventually. Although the fear is now that if I go to one of these places that I've been on XCOM, that I'm going to try and, you know, see if there is any aliens, you know, running around, any Barrys. I think one Barry is more than enough. I think anything more than that, I just don't think I'll be able to deal with. So, especially if he follows me into other Let's Plays as well, I just don't think I'm going to get rid of that guy. I think he's going to follow me around. But that's the way it is, I guess. You guys liked him, and you know, his ego's taken quite a boost from that anyway. As you can see from like the actual gameplay here, I am screwed. I know that I'm going to lose people here, because the amount of people that are coming in, and you'll see that heavy Mouton. If you've seen earlier on in this episode, there was a point where the heavy Mouton was coming in, and like I must have had at least all of my guys have a shot on him, and they didn't kill him. It's just so frustrating when that happens, but alas, there's not really much you can do. You know, that's just the way that the game goes. But you know, it was still another person that we lost, and like I said, I know it was just another one of the cannon fodder, as I've come to call them. But it's still never great when you lose a guy, and then obviously here I'm just thinking to myself, I'm going to lose someone else, because of the amount of trouble that I'm in, and I try and move all my guys into like better positions, but they're all still like gonna get attacked, and that's something there that, like I said, 29% of ability to hit, and I just thought that was completely wrong. That didn't sound right to me, you know, because he's literally right there. But regardless, but I think we're actually nearing towards the end of this particular mission. This episode wasn't nearly as long as the one before it, because like I said, there was a lot of base building and money management, and yeah, mine for a fail. That just kind of showed everything that was going wrong for me in this particular mission. But you know, but I did make a notion in the last episode. Like I said, I won't know because I did these recordings back to back. But in regards to Let's Plays, maybe to do after this. So I was thinking of stuff to do afterwards. If I didn't get any response back on the last episode, I'd really like a response on this episode on Let's Plays that you maybe like to see. Like I said, I want to do ones that involve people, almost like Xcom did. I know there's only a few games really like that, but I can get creative. I can try to mod some things to go that way or something like that. I'm not the greatest when it comes to actually going into games and modding it up or anything like that. And I actually recently downloaded the Left 4 Dead 2 modding thing, and I was just like, I do not know what I am doing with this. So yeah, unfortunate, but I'm not exactly greatly technically minded in that sense. I'm pretty good with computers. I did like software courses and things in college, and I did virus studies and stuff, so I know how to, if any computer has a virus, I should know how to get rid of it. But in terms of like recording equipment and stuff like that, or modding, or in games and stuff, that's a little bit outside my stretch. I think that's something that you have to really learn, almost like yourself. You almost have to go by yourself and what you know. I think that's you have to go trial and error, which is sort of what I did with the video editing. But like I said, this was in a much more extreme fashion, if you can call it that. So yeah, coding and stuff like that was never my forte. I was always more of an idea maker, you know what I mean? So here I'm basically wondering, because I managed to take out quite a few of the enemies, but that heavy mutons there, and the heavy mutons are really sort of worrying me in the actual Let's Play, because they've killed a lot of my people. They in that mission where a lot of my guys died, they were the reason why a lot of my guys died, essentially, because they just wouldn't get killed. Even with the plasma weapons, they're not really making much of a dent, you know. And it's sort of the same here, that they killed one person at the start of this, and it just seems like I can't get them finished quick enough. I need to get a sniper that has that ability that you can keep shooting if something isn't in cover. I think that's probably what I need. So I'm going to have to focus on my sniper there, and hope that's we can remedy this. If we're gonna succeed, then that is something that we're gonna need to fix as time goes on, because these these bastards are really causing problems. Alas, I did actually wanted to take this guy and actually capture him, but obviously I couldn't get Morgan in range quick enough, and my first thing is I just want to kill this thing anyway, but I've got no ammo left. I obviously need to reload, and because of that, it gives them the opportunity to do that, which is kill another one of our regulars. So we've had 2 regulars die in 2 episodes, which isn't great. I think actually in the last 4 episodes, I think we've had at least 1 regular die in every single episode, which is not good. I think we've got, what is it? So we've done 3. And we lost 4, so yeah, that's 7 in 4 missions that we've lost, which is really not good, And he was one of the ones that had the gift as well, so both the people that had the gift are both dead. So yeah, that's going to be awkward, because we need people who have the gift, and they're actually really useful in battles as well. It just seems like people just don't want to survive at the moment, which is just worrying here. But alas, we managed to take out that heavy Mouton, which was an absolute must, even though her bullets almost did a Wanted style flip, it's just in the air. This is actually something that was really miraculous in terms of playing this. I thought I was going to lose more than one person, because you can see a lot of people injured, a lot of people that are just trying to reload. I'm not in a great position, but I thought if I send Morgan up, he can capture him, because he's only got 3 bits of health, and that way we can get out, it's not going to be as hard. So I'll send him forward, you know, you can get into cover and stun him, and then you see what happens. He fails to stun him. And so I thought, okay, he's going to die. So yeah, here we go. Basically, this is like the last two enemies that we have in this particular mission. I'm just thinking to myself, we're going to lose Morgan because he's going to die. He's got like no health as it is, and we've got two people coming in. I was hoping that the sniper would take him out, but it was only managed to get hit. In all, that sniper was actually probably one of the better ones. And he decided, not only was he going to use a grenade to damage me, and obviously my other soldier behind there, but he took away my cover. So Morgan's out of cover, he's got no health, it's point blank range, and the Mouton misses. I have absolutely no clue. That's one of those jammiest things I've ever seen in this game. I do not know how Morgan survived that. He should be dead by all means. He should have died from that. I couldn't believe it. But I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna hold my hands up. Morgan, if you're watching this, that is the luckiest thing I've ever seen in this game, and I wasn't going to take the same, you know, make the same mistake twice. So I thought I'd run my guys in and just finish this guy off and just get out of this mission before we lose any other people. I think my luck was completely just taken up by that. So yeah, that's the last kill. Mouton dead, and that's all of them finished off. We did lose two guys, only one of them was cannon fodder, 10 other aliens killed, and it ended up being a lot harder mission just because of that last like 5 enemies that just jumped out of nowhere. That was really cheap in my opinion. They just literally hopped out of nowhere. There was a few waves before then, but that's XCOM. So 2 KIA, and we got a few injured, but like I said, one of them was cannon fodder, which I'm not really worried about. Still managed to complete the mission, and we're basically now up to date with the Let's Play, which is good news. Thumbs up. When I do the next recording, I'm just going to be doubly careful that the mics do record, that we don't have any issues like that again, because it was so frustrating, as you can imagine, that this issue happened. But what can you do? We've got a really good sniper here as well that we got for doing that mission. If anyone wants to be that sniper, please leave a comment in the description. Maybe someone that's died, you want another surname in there, just let me know. That'll be a way to do it. You know, if you want to come back into Let's Play, I'll go first come, first served, whatever. If you already have someone that's alive, then, you know, that's a little bit unfair. I'll leave it to people that have died. If they want another character in there, just let me know and you can come back in. But apart from that, thanks a lot for watching the episode. I will do more recording soon. We don't have that many people left alive. Some people are injured as well. But we will go to the end. We will go down fighting if that is need be. But if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Next time we will be back to live commentaries, bar any problems. But thanks a lot for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.